May the angels protect you, trouble neglect you, and heaven accept you when it's time to go home. May you always have plenty, your glass never empty, and know in your belly you're never alone. May your tears come from laughing, you find friends worth having. With every year passing, they mean more than gold. May you win but stay humble, smile more than grumble, and know when you stumble, you're never alone. Never alone.
It was a family. When we pledged, it was a lot different than then. And there were a lot of girls, and we went to different houses. But when I came to Kappa Delta, I came home.
I think Kappa Delta is so much friends and family.
I actually can say that Kappa Delta means a lot to me. It meant a lot to me to be here in this chapter, but when I traveled to California and gained a whole new group of sisters in another state from other states, those friendships just carried across the miles.
It's amazing. Sisterhood, the friends that you have 20, 30, 40 years later.
To see people today, I can't do the many years, but 35 years later, it's just like yesterday.
Kappa Delta today just means friendship, just everlasting friendship.
To me, it was a home. It was my second home, and I just was able to make friends.
This is quite an experience. You don't know it until you do it, and you've got to get involved. You've got to be a part of it to appreciate. And I think it carries over in life in so many areas, your job, who you meet, your contacts, and you always have the KD relationship wherever you go.
For me, it has been a lifetime of friendship. I go places where I meet people and I just am drawn to them and I enjoy talking to them, and over the course of time or in our conversation we find out that we're both KDs, and that has happened to me at least 3 separate occasions in different states with different people who I would not have known otherwise. I just liked them, and we ended up being KD. So KD is truly sisterhood to me.
I love the alum work so much. It's so exciting when you work in the community and you find out someone is a KD sister. I will always reach out to Kappa Deltas across the country and keep in touch.
I was a field secretary, one of the very first ones, for 2 years, working with Mary Ruth Gallagher and Minnie Mae Prescott.
Judy, your big sis, is your friend, has been your friend
Judy,
for what, 70 years now?
Well, 59, I guess.
59 years.
And we're still in contact. She was my big sis.
These are 2 of my favorite people, my little sister and my grand little sister. And we looked at pictures today from back in college, and that was super fun and lots of place.
I have loved Kappa Delta so much. My big sis was a senior when I was a sophomore and moved into the house, and she invited me to live with her. So I got to live on the senior wing my only year, and then I got married.
It has always been just something I've had in my heart my whole life, and my mom started it when I was little. I remember coming to the house when I was 8 or 9 and looking around and thinking how awesome it was.
For me, Kappa Delta means having my daughters both become Kappa Deltas, and that's just been the best thing ever.
Kappa Delta to me, it means friendship, and it also means leadership and building your confidence and kind of growing as a person. I've seen myself grow a lot. I've seen my friends grow, and it's just been just a really wonderful opportunity for just growth and overall just happiness.
And it makes your daughter your sister.
Yeah, it makes your mom your sister.
Kappa Delta, was a double legacy coming into the house, and so I felt very comfortable here, and it was just a bunch of group of women that really had your best interest at heart. And I had another house, and I just decided that's not where I want to be. I need to be in the KD house. And so just built a lot of camaraderie, a lot of great friendships. You know, you always had a sister when you were down, or if you were up, they shared the joys in it, but then they shared the triumphs that you had to overcome, the stress of college.
To me, I guess Kappa Delta also means sharing my sisterhood with not only just my sister, but my mom and my cousin as well.
Yes, my niece Sarah. Wish you were here.
We love you, Sarah. Mwah!
My mom is my sister, and my daughter is my sister too. So we have
And my granddaughter is my sister.
And your granddaughter is your sister. That's right.
My youngest daughter was a Kappa Delta at Wake Forest University, and I had the opportunity to experience her life and the fact that she's now part of our sisterhood, because I would never trade anything. And the memories I have from this house, and seeing everyone today has brought it all back.
I get to share it with my sisters, and that's special.
Kappa Delta means so many things to me, but the biggest thing is it helped shape me into being the leader that I am today, and it helped me with knowing that leadership is where you can find change. I had the opportunity to serve as Vice President Standards and as President.
I was always an officer of some kind, whether it be song leader, or I was assistant treasurer, I was treasurer, but I guess it was just a family for me, a little small town girl, a family at a big school.
I was president 1992 to 93, served as vice president of standards, assistant pledge trainer, and I was model pledge in 1990.
Well, and I was model pledge and model member.
Okay, well, I should have been model. Brenda Chocolate beat me out of it, but that's okay. I'm over it. After 34 years, I'm past it. Can you see that? But I was best big little with Mary Nichols, so we did get best big little.
Yes, it's been a real wonderful experience and leadership, which I have had a lot of wonderful mentors.
I watched some amazing women in my time here at Kappa Delta be great leaders, like Marlena Howell and Brenda Beard and Lori Hughes, and they really helped me see that by being a leader, you can affect people's lives and impact them, inspire them.
I also was really fortunate that I got to travel as a consultant after my years in Kappa Delta, and so I got to see chapters from all over the country, everywhere from California to Pennsylvania and everywhere in between. And what I learned in that time was how special our sisterhood is, but also how special this chapter is, and all of the opportunities that we have at a school like OSU and at in a chapter like NU.
And I lived in the dorm my freshman year, but I spent so much time over here at the house that they sometimes forgot that I was a pledge or that I didn't live here, and I ended up getting model pledge. And I think it was just because I was here so much. I was the first one to always sign up to commit to doing anything.
Kappa Delta has been a lifetime of friendships. 2 years ago, I had a stroke, and I was in the hospital paralyzed on my left side, and my KD sisters were the first ones to the hospital. Not only were they there, but they stayed, they fed me, they clothed me, and when it was time to leave, they walked me to my car. They were true AOT. I love KD forever.
I guess what I enjoyed the most was the chance to have all the different roommates, and switching every semester. You got to know a lot of girls on a different level.
I loved Kappa Delta. It was so much fun. We played some sports. We did athletics. I had a great big. My big had a great other little who I didn't really like at first, but I did come to love her because we lived in the 4-girl room, and Mary was always gone, and Jana was always gone. So it was always me and Womack, and she's wonderful. I love her. She's so cool.
When I joined, the membership was mostly athletic, and I am not athletic. And they only had like 2 girls in the whole house that could sing, and I'm a singer. So I kind of just filled in. You know, I couldn't do athletics, but I could sing.
How about Mother Jay? Yeah, Mother
She
Jane.
was our house mother.
Yeah.
Oh, what a wonderful.
She had a big old car that was so old.
And where was she from? The little town?
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
The girls were open and friendly, and you just felt like you belonged. You didn't have to question.
I'm very thankful for just being able to be a part of this group here at New Chapter, but also nationally. And of course, I'm so thankful for my friends that I've made along the way, and have gotten to be a part of many of my sisters' big things in life, from weddings to children to hard times too. And it's just so wonderful, especially to come back to a celebration like this, to see people that maybe you haven't seen in a while, or maybe people that you have, but to really make it feel like it was just, just yesterday that we were all here together.
The friendships are just incredible. High school was great, but it can't hold
College
the
was a
handle.
lot better. Kappa Delta was a great influential part of our
Kappa Delta made
lives.
such a influence on my college career. I mean, even my kids know, yeah, Mom, we know Katie, Kappa Delta, and they're both boys.
It was my family, and I had a brother. That's why I had no sisters, so that was the fun part of it.
To those of you that are still in the chapter, this is such a special time, and it will go by really, really fast, especially those of you that maybe are going to be going into your senior year or seniors right now. Enjoy it and cherish it, and thank goodness for Kappa Delta.
Of all the 4 years here at OSU, it was the most impactful thing that happened to me. I wouldn't change a thing.
They were special years for me.
It was just a true blessing, and I encourage it for everybody.
It's fun to be a KD.
I love Kappa Delta.
Kappa Delta changed my life, and it was all for the better.
Thank goodness for Kappa Delta.